Hi, my name is Jacob Woolrabi. I'm going to tell you my story of my life. So, I was born into a Christian family, which I currently still live in, with amazing parents. I have two younger siblings, one going into 7th grade and one going into 4th grade. We attend Wooddale Church in Eden Prairie, and I am on the technical team. I do the tech stuff, lighting, camera, sound, graphics, everything you can think of in that category. I have been in the hospital a few times in my life, more than normal kids. And I've been in the hospital, I would say 8 times, something like that. It's been kind of crazy. I was there, I think the first time 6 weeks after I was born. I had some lung stuff. I think it was actually not 6 weeks, I think it was sooner than that. But I had some lung issues. The craziest surgery that I had was in 7th grade and 8th grade. It was actually the same surgery. I had a tumor in my leg, so it was a bone tumor, meaning that it was a tumor inside of my bone in my leg. So it was on my right foot, the lower right fibia, and it was literally a tumor inside of it. First of all, the reason we found it was because I broke my leg skiing. I'm a big-time skier. I ski for Team Gilboa, the Edina ski team. Yes, I'm from Edina. So one night I was skiing at practice. It was really icy. My skis weren't really tuned that well, and I was falling quite a bit. So I had fallen a few times on this leg, and at the end I was like, oh, that's hurting. I probably just twisted it or something. I just thought it was an issue with that. I went to junior high snow camp as a 7th grader, my first year there, and little did we know that I was walking on a broken leg. We got back, I was like, oh, this really hurts, we need to take it in. So we took it in, we found that I had a broken leg. They sent me out of there with a boot, and then later on, I'm like, it's not healing, it still feels the same. So we went back to the doctor's office, and they said, you have a bone tumor. Now, quick history on bone tumors. They are very painful. The one that I had was benign, meaning non-cancerous. It was painful, it hurt a lot, it released these chemicals that would make things hurt. So I was in a lot of pain during that time, taking Advil pretty much every day, which did not help my stomach either because my stomach was hurting because of it, and it was just not a fun experience. So they sent me to the bone tumor guy at the U of M medical facility, and he said, we're going to have to schedule a radio frequency ablation. Now what that is that pretty much they stick these two probes in there and they get rid of the tumor. They pretty much burn it. And that is, the recovery time is a while because they're going in through your bone, through some tissue, through some nerves and stuff that can make it hurt a lot. So I was on lots of pain medication afterwards and stuff, but we luckily got it out. And it's actually really cool. The picture of the tumor being removed is on the screen right now. If you can't see it, there is a cross right where the tumor was. And this just showed me how much God cared for me and that He was literally in my life doing everything for me in my leg. He was there working through it. And little did I know that that was a big part of my life. I just thought, oh, this is a roadblock in the way. But it was more than I could have imagined. It was something that God had been in and that He is working through me. And that was the first surgery. My whole summer was amazing. And then starting in August again, I started to feel that pain of the tumor back in my leg. Now I believe there's a 1% chance that it can come back. They didn't see it on scans, but I knew that it came back because my leg was in pain again. And they scheduled another surgery. And the surgery that they would do, they would obliterate and melt and burn the entire area around it. I don't know how big the area was. I'm not good at that scaling. But it was a big area. They completely burned it and got rid of everything there. So there was no remnants of a tumor there. The second surgery went well, and then I have not felt anything since. And then recently during quarantine, at the beginning of it, kind of toward the beginning of it, I had started to feel pain in my stomach. I just thought, oh, it was a stomach bug. I must have eaten something because I was not with people. And it continued to get worse. And it was at the beginning just like stomach pain, like, oh, like a little bit of shooting pain. But every day it progressively got worse to the point where one night, this was a Monday night, I went to the bathroom and puked pretty much everything that I'd eaten that day. I know it's kind of disgusting, but then the pain in my stomach was so bad that I said to my mom, we need to go to the hospital now. So we went to the hospital and to the ER, and they figured out that I had an appendicitis, meaning my appendix was kind of inflamed and it could burst. If an appendicitis bursts, it can be really bad because there are chemicals and stuff in your body. So they scheduled me for a surgery that day. Now keep in mind, this was all in the middle of the night. So the surgery was scheduled for 11 a.m. in the morning. We got there at about midnight, 1 a.m., somewhere around there. So scheduled a surgery for that. The surgery went really well. They went through pretty much my belly button. They got everything out. The appendix is gone. And then I woke up after anesthesia because they had to put me under since they were going in me. Everything was fine after that. Obviously, I still felt like, because it was abdominal stuff that they were doing. And then a little bit after that, we went home, and everything since then has been amazing. And something that I have learned from these experiences that's really impacted me is how much God loves me during this. My life has been crazy. I've been to the hospital, but thankfully my parents are amazing parents. I grew up in a Christian home, and they have taught me about Jesus and how much he loves me. And I could not imagine going through life without knowing that truth. During this coronavirus time and everything going on in Minneapolis, I just cannot imagine going through life thinking, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow, and like feeling scared because people don't have any hope. But I know that I have hope in Jesus Christ who saved me, and that I have hope that I'm going to go to heaven someday, and that God is working through all of this time. And just an example, there was a food drive at Wooddale Church last Monday, so a week ago from yesterday, and it was an amazing experience for me, just being able to volunteer, taking food from people's cars. Everyone had a one-day notice. We filled probably 20 by 20 foot area, I think it might even be more than that, of food, and we transported it all to places in Minneapolis. And also, my uncle happened to move in. He had a U-Haul trailer that he was renting, so we filled up a 26 by 8, just the floor of it, U-Haul trailer full of food and brought it there. And that just made me think God is working through this in ways that people are not seeing, because he is giving us opportunities to volunteer in our community and give things to people who need them. So thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoy and that this was inspiring to you.